From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Everything Medical has been your complete source for medical supplies since 2007. Our 10,000 square foot showroom has the largest selection of home medical equipment in the North State. We have what you need. Everything Medical, Athens Avenue, Reading.
Well, we made it through the first day of the heat wave, but really overall the main heat wave is this weekend. In fact, that's when it's going to peak with the potential for some record-breaking temperatures. And it looks like as we go into next week, though, temperatures will drop. So let's take a look at the trend here. This is the peak of the heat wave, but see how the temperatures are dropping, and quite a drop at that. I think it's going to be noticeable. In fact, in the upper 90s for Weaverville by Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, after Wednesday, though, temperatures will actually tick back up, and I'll show you the reason why here in just a second. But look at the forecast for today. Bottom line is going to be hot. If you're not on the coast, be prepared for the heat. 64 for the coast, but inland about 104 degrees. And for Weaverville, Hayfork, Lewiston, about 107 to 108. So there's that heat expanding eastward through next week, thanks to that, and thanks to this moving in and pushing that heat eastward. And as a result, our temperatures drop. However, what's going to happen is this heat will kind of expand northward into our region and allow our temperatures to increase slightly, especially as we go into, say, Thursday and Friday. But essentially what's happening is this, and this is normal this time of the year. You've got the big dome of heat over the desert southwest, and then you've got cooler air up over to our north that sometimes is trying to move in. So a lot of times what they do is they kind of play this tug of war. Sometimes one wins out of the other, and our temperatures fluctuate. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down because of who ends up winning that battle. And that's essentially what we're going through right now. The heat is winning over for the weekend, but then the cooler air is going to win out by the time we go into at least the first half of next week. Taking a look at our forecast for today, I do expect to see some clearing for many of us along the coast today, and then more low clouds and fog moving in for tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. We're still seeing some of those clouds sticking around a bit. You'll also notice some of these high clouds moving in. That's some monsoon moisture that's going to move in, but that's mainly going to impact the northern Sierra, where they're going to see thunderstorms possibly Sunday into Monday. But for us, we're looking at the wave heights, and there you can see they're actually fairly high for your Saturday morning. And as we go into Saturday afternoon, they'll still be fairly high. In fact, maybe even getting higher. Now, it looks like as we go into Sunday, they drop a little bit here, but are still going to be a bit of a concern here throughout the entire weekend. Your marine forecast is calling for those winds from the northwest at 5 to 10 knots, and your waves from the north at 6 feet at about 7 seconds, and from the west at 2 feet at about 7 seconds. There's a look at your Trinity County Fair forecast. Notice the background for the evening. That's going to be the best time to go because look at these daytime highs. We're well over 100 degrees here for both days. However, that being said, if you do decide to head out to the fair today or tomorrow, here's just some quick safety tips. Be sure to hydrate. I know people are always saying it. We all know it. It seems like we're just fed that information to death, but you've just got to, take the advice. Also, don't forget the sunscreen. You don't want to get sunburned out there. Wear lightweight, loose-fitting, and light-colored clothing. And, from what I understand, there's a lot of shade out there at the fairgrounds in Hayfork. So take advantage of that while you're hydrating. Maybe sit down for a few minutes and rest in the shade to let your body recover. Just a great idea. Take a look at your forecast for your Saturday. That's where you can really go to cool off. You can go in the shade, or you can go to the coast. I think the coast is going to be even cooler. 104 for Hoopa, 105 out in Willow Creek, and there are those temperatures in Trinity County as expected. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook, and you can see for Hoopa, temperatures over 100 degrees, but back down to the mid-90s on average through most of next week. How about Weaverville? Almost 110 degrees for today and tomorrow, but we do drop back down below or right around, so we'll call it upper 90s, about 100 degrees here for Monday all the way through the end of next week. And a look at your 7-day forecast for Eureka. There you can see the mid-60s for today and tomorrow, but we are going to see temperatures drop slightly, but should be in the low 60s, especially as we go into Tuesday through Friday of next week.